Hi Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. I am a soul therapist and an intuitive that connects with the angelic energy, and I help the helpers, the healers, and the light bringers of this world to live their most magical life. So if that's you, make sure you hit that subscribe button below with the bell so you can get notifications for all the videos that I'm sharing here on this channel. So today we are going to dive into your month of March 2021. What do you need to know? What messages do the angels have for you? And how can you best navigate this month? So I do recommend that you watch all of the videos that are in alignment with your sun, your moon, and your rising sign. That's why I say that at the beginning, because that is going to give you a more comprehensive picture of what your monthly reading is. But definitely watch your sun sign. So we're going to dive into Libra, and to Libra, I feel like your energy is going to be a bit all over the place this month, okay? I see you, if you're not careful, very in your head and spending too much time in your head and overanalyzing things, overthinking things, and making things a lot harder for yourself than they need to be. It's actually so much simpler than what you're making it. And so if already you're finding yourself stuck in your head and overthinking something and really struggling with something, especially I feel like you're making decisions, you're making choices for your life, you're exploring what's next for you, you're exploring where you want to go with life, you're exploring what you really want. And I think that's the point of what is happening for you right now, is you are supposed to be exploring that. You are stepping into this new energy, this, you know, it's almost like a mini rebirth in some ways. Like you're exploring, what do I want moving forward, and what's going to be best and what's going to be most aligned for me. And I see this being really stirred up for you this month. And that's important because it's deciding, you know, what do I want to step into next, and what do I want to continue to have in my life, and what do I not want to continue to have in my life, and what are my priorities and what's most important to me. But I feel like the process is supposed to be a process, right? I don't feel like this is like, okay, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to have all of the answers and I'm going to know exactly what I need, because I think this is a journey and you're making choices for yourself. And I just keep hearing the choice is yours. The choice is yours and you get to decide. So I feel like there's kind of that energy of like, I get messages from people all the time and they're asking me like, am I making the right decision for myself? And sometimes there is a very clear black and white answer to that, but more often than not, it is, you know, whatever you choose, whatever is best for you is going to be the best decision. So, you know, because we have some things that are hard and fast in our life chart, in our path that we intended for ourselves, right? Those are the things that are destiny, that are just absolutely going to happen for us and absolutely are going to come into our life. But we also have those things that we have free will, right? And we can make decisions and we can shape our lives, and we have a lot of freedom and flexibility here in this life. And that's kind of the stuff that I feel like you're exploring right now. Isn't something that is like there's a black and white answer to it. It's more stuff that you're supposed to be exploring. You're supposed to be trying things on and deciding what's going to be the best fit for me on my path, and what do I really want, what do I really need, what will really make me happy, what will really bring me peace, what is going to feel like it's most aligned for me. And you hear what I'm saying, most aligned. I'm not saying one choice is aligned and one choice isn't. It's a matter of what's most aligned according to your preference. Again, the choice is yours. And I think that that's really important. There's this feeling of unnecessary worry. I just keep hearing unnecessary worry, right? That, like, if you allow it, the focus is putting you in your head too much and you're worrying too much about things. And there needs to be a step into flow, a step into allowing yourself, number one, to not have all of the answers to your questions right now, but number two, to let yourself sort of flow and be guided, and to ask for guidance, and to ask to know what's going to be most in alignment for you, and to ask for clarity. Put those things out there to the universe. If you ask, it will arrive. You will be shown in one way or another. And so rather than worrying, put your energy into asking for help. Put your energy into saying, okay, I'm going to choose to flow. I'm going to flow with with what's showing up for me. I'm going to see what that does for me. I'm going to see what that brings up for me. I'm going to see what clarity that comes with that. I'm going to see what I'm being guided to do or how I'm being guided. And I'm going to just choose to flow with that and allow myself to work with the universe on making a decision. That's really what you're doing. You're making a decision with the universe, and you have a lot of free will here. You have a lot of flexibility. But you want to make sure that you are also not, I feel like there's a real opportunity here. I don't know if that's the right word, opportunity, but a real chance for you to be spending too much time in your ego this month, okay? And that I see as kind of a collective theme where that ego is getting the best of you. And that ego can be very self-focused. It can be very focused on instant gratification, very focused on those things in life that, if we really think about it, don't really matter. Whereas your soul is thinking about what's going to be best for you as a whole, what's going to be best for your overall well-being, what's going to be best for the other people that you're connected to's well-being. And it's a much higher vibrational perspective. And we really want to be in our soul. And so when you recognize that the ego is impacting your mood or impacting your thoughts or influencing how you're perceiving things, it's really going to be important to shut that down and redirect that as best you can. You don't want it to bring you to a place where you're not having gratitude for everything that you have in your life, and that you're not having gratitude for this experience and for this journey. Gratitude is so key and so important. And when you can keep coming back to that and to that appreciation for what is, this is where we manifest even more amazing things anyway, right? So coming back to that, and that's going to be really key in helping you to combat this ego that is like a screaming child that wants your attention. And it's time to set that aside. It's time to really focus on what's really best for me and what do I really want moving forward. I do see there being potential areas of your life that you're exploring. And I think some of those are connected to your purpose and living out your life purpose. I also see this happening in regard to relationships. Okay. So, really exploring and taking stock in the relationships that you have. And number one, finding gratitude for those amazing connections that you do have in your life. And number two, taking a look at where do my relationships need tweaking? Where do I need to make some changes? And what do I really want? And for those of you who are single and looking for love, this is a great time for you to, from your soul, not from your ego, make a list of all of those things that you're wanting to call in for yourself in regard to your romantic relationships. In fact, I would do it for my romantic relationships. I would do it for relationships in general, those family connections, those other connections that you have in your life. What is it that you want here in regard to that? What is the energy that you want around relationships for yourself? I see some opportunities there for that to be explored a bit here in this month. I also see opportunities to break free from some old patterns, but this comes with recognizing where your ego is driving your car, right? This comes from going, you know what? Like that really came from an ego-based place and that doesn't serve me. And that is helping to perpetuate a pattern or several patterns in my life that I know don't help me, that I know don't serve me. And this is not what I want moving forward. And it's like, there is an opportunity for this amazing clarity around this where you finally get it and where you finally understand where the motivation for this pattern comes from. Ask, what is it that I need? Where does the motivation for this pattern come from? And what do I need to do to break free from it? What lesson am I supposed to be learning here? What am I supposed to be understanding here that's going to help me to break this pattern for once and for all? Because I do see you kind of letting go of some old stuff. There's a completion that's happening for you this month. And with that completion, opens new doors, opens new opportunities, opens amazing things. So just allowing this process to happen. Again, it's going to be a bit of a journey. It's going to be a lot of exploring here in this month if you're allowing it. And you want to give yourself that chance to do that. You want to spend time in meditation, spend time in your own energy, spend time, I feel like specifically through like physical movement, some answers may be coming for you, and paying attention to really taking care of the body. That's really key. I just feel like physically there's a need for some attention to the body, but I also feel like this is where your ideas come from. This is where you feel unstuck, because there's a little bit of a disconnect from inspiration, it feels like this month. And I think through the physical activity, but also through things like meditation or time in your own energy, wherever your answers come through, make sure that you make time and you make space for that, and that you allow your mind to be quiet enough with all of this, like, cause there's all of this jumbling that wants to come in. There's all of these thoughts that want to come in and distract you, and let yourself keep coming back to this quiet so that the real answers can come through, so that the creativity can come through, so that you can gain these answers on what are the lessons I'm supposed to be learning and completing, and how can I complete this, and how can I allow myself to move forward. I also feel like there's very much a message about honoring your genuine self. I think there's a lot of answers that come from this. Who am I really? And what do I really want for my life? These are huge key questions to ask yourself in this month. And if you can take a step back and really explore that, and then the next step is to honor that. The next step is to honor that in every area of your life, honoring it in your relationships, honoring it in your work, honoring it in the way that you approach your life. And when you can do that, I feel like some really amazing things happen for you. So for some of you, I feel like you're seeing yourself for the first time, or you're just beginning to tap into this more genuine part of yourself. But when you allow yourself to be your genuine self, and when you focus, you consciously choose to say, you know what, I'm just going to be more genuinely me. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to honor who I really am. And when you choose to have the confidence to do that, people will see that. People will recognize that. People will respect that. And it's like, this is an important part of this like mini rebirth that you have going on too, is like, you're just kind of like shedding away the stuff that isn't in alignment for you, the stuff that isn't really you anymore. And you're recognizing that being genuinely you is actually even better. So I feel like you're going to be starting some of that here in this month. I feel some celebrations for you to break up the mental stuff that you have going on, the very mentally focused month, the very process-oriented month. I see this for you. And so let yourself get out there. Let yourself have fun. Let yourself be surrounded by those people that do bring you joy, that do light you up. I think that this is going to be really key for balancing yourself out. And we know Libras need that balance, right? We all need balance, but that's so important for you guys. So letting yourself spend time with people and letting yourself just enjoy yourself. And the last thing I want to say is, I feel like, again, like we're revisiting this concept of your purpose. Okay. So you might find yourself questioning a lot this month, like, what is my purpose? Or how do I live a life that's more in alignment with my purpose? And this is really to help, especially those of you that aren't living your most purposeful life. It's meant to trigger this process of living more in your purpose, and trigger some little changes that you're starting to make that are helping to guide you in the direction of living a more purposeful life. So those are your messages for the month of March 2021. I'm Christy Forsyth with Clarity by Christy. If you want to learn more about me or about Clarity, you can check me out at discoveryourawakening.com. Thanks, guys, and I will see you soon with another video.